Now, because they're the second largest bank, they have a lot of digital transformation to do. They have a lot of cloud migration to do. They have a lot of complex banking problems to resolve. And as part of their search for cloud solutions and digital transformation, we have David Seller from Vienna, who has come to speak to us about how they have coped with the cloud. Now, I hope that you didn't recently cope with the cloud and that you did it a few years ago, because I can't imagine you did it recently. So it would be great if Alexandru could join us as well on stage. Later, okay. So we'll leave David to get you settled in. Okay, just one more thing, everybody, okay? We are going on till 6 o'clock today, okay? There will not be any breaks, okay? And this is a really good discussion, okay? So please all keep strong, okay? We've only got a little bit more time to go. David, over to you.
So, good afternoon also from my end. Happy to be here. We are super happy to share what we achieved in our cloud migration. So what is we? It's Alexandru. He will join us in a couple of minutes. And myself, David Zeller. I'm the Group CTO of Raiffeisen Bank International. Yeah, I think I was introduced quite nicely. And the bank, maybe a couple of facts. As said, we have roughly 18 million customers in Central and Eastern Europe, 40,000 employees, and we are running business in 11 CE countries. 11 CE countries. Yeah, what we want to discuss today is basically about the cloud move and the cloud journey, and this will be also then subject for the panel discussion. So the question is, why should a bank migrate to the cloud, right? Because there are a lot of obstacles also. I think the main drivers for us as RBI were, first of all, infrastructure and technology was a hindering fact for us to move faster, right? It took us a severe time to bring up infrastructure, to provide the necessary technical underlying setup to really deliver customer value. The second thing, we believe that the cloud is a place where we find the right technologies also looking ahead, right? I think if we are serious about AI, we cannot do the AI without any kind of cloud. And another key aspect for us is, I think one thing is what we do as a bank, but the second thing is what the ecosystem does around us, right? There are so many companies that provide their capabilities just on the cloud, nowhere else. So if we are not skilled, basically, to utilize these type of things, we probably cut ourselves off of these new emerging technologies. Another aspect is automation, right? Automation is on top of everybody's mind. If you want to automate in the IT, you need an infrastructure that gives you the ability to automate. So I think we did significant steps forward in automating our compliance, our security, how do we find out that something is not secure within our environment, and also how we automate the usage of our infrastructure within RBI. And another aspect that I think is on top of everybody's mind, and somebody raised it before in this discussion, you can have a fancy application, you can have a fancy app. If the whole thing is not available, you're in big trouble at the end, right? And what we're seeking also for in the cloud is a setup that is secure and resilient and well protected, basically. So what we did, and it is already a while ago now. I think we started 7-8 years ago with this whole cloud topic, but 5 years ago, or roughly 4.5 years ago, we said, okay, this is something that we really aim for. We need a clear ambition and a clear way forward, how we want to move ahead and how we bring as much as possible to the cloud. So we put in an ambition that we want to move 80% in the upcoming years to the cloud. So the majority of our applications should run on the public cloud and not anymore within our on-prem data centers. The starting point was not an easy one, right? We had, or we still have 10 different IT organizations. We have various different tech stacks. And what we the ambition was that we move from those various different pieces towards one joint goal. Good. As always, if you start something, you are very ambitious, and then you learn what is complex, that there are a lot of obstacles on the way. And basically, we were also in this situation. And then something kicked in that was very bad in general, and probably very good for our cloud transformation. So this is a screenshot of my calendar, which was taken in February 2022. And you cannot read it, but I will tell it to you. We had a call 23rd of February with the Ukrainian bank. We have a rather large operation in the Ukraine. We had a call with them discussing about the cloud transformation. And the next day, everything was different because the Ukraine was faced with the war, basically. So there were a threat coming up that could bring down the whole bank. I mean, this was really severe. We were operating our full Ukrainian bank out of Kiev. So our data centers there, all customer data there. And as you can imagine, there were a lot of people. The need for basic banking was really high, right? People wanted to move out. The need for cash was tremendous, and we were super scared that we cannot provide the service to our customers anymore. And so the next day, so 24 hours later, we did not discuss anymore about modernization of the bank. We discussed how we get the bank out of Kiev, basically. That was the main goal. And at the end, the target was clear for us because we had this muscle already at hand. We said, okay, we moved the Ukrainian bank to the cloud. That I give you a little bit of an understanding what this means. So this is a fully fledged bank with all the aspects that you would assume in a bank. You have there, from the IT estate, 1,200 servers, a petabyte of storage, and hundreds of applications. And the team moved this within 3 months fully out of Kiev. So we are operating the Ukraine, as we speak, fully outside of Kiev. So we can provide all the services to the Ukrainian people without any interruption. And this changed our mind, right? Suddenly this kind of transformation, modernization, we should do it, became a reality, and we saw that it is doable if we put the right focus on the topic. So what did we achieve so far? So what we did is, and this motion really went into the bank, and suddenly we did not discuss if we should do it, we only discussed how we could do it. And what we managed, meanwhile, we are running more than around 55% of our applications on the cloud. That's more than 700. We have a fully fledged setup in place, so everybody can onboard to the cloud. Each and every delivery team can do this. We have a very strong teams in each and every network bank that really drive the things forward, because many of our aspects and a lot of the IT knowledge is within the banks, so they can fully move this ahead. And what we are super proud of, we did not have any kind of security or operational incidents on the foundational setup in the cloud. So we were operating since 4 years now on the cloud without any major interruption. So this is a significant step for us ahead. What we achieved basically, and just to give you the magnitude in terms of IT numbers, we are running 7,000 machines on the cloud. So 7,000 machines, 2,300 databases, petabytes of storage. And what makes me most proud, we have, I would assume, 600, 700, 800 engineers every day logging into AWS or Microsoft and deploying new software to our business. So it is a full enablement of our bank to really utilize the technology to the full extent. So if you ask me what is one of the key aspects, and this brings me then to Alessandro in a second, I think what we learned is the cloud is technology, right? You can utilize it hopefully in a meaningful way, but what you really need is the people that drive the thing forward, right? You cannot do this without those people that really are fully convinced and can really build the whole kind of connection from the technology to the business, covering compliance aspect and security aspects. And this is, I think, the key thing that you need if you want to be successful. You need these leaders. And Alexandru will join us now in a minute, is one of those guys. Let me give, just to close the topic now, what are the key topics that we are working on? So we have this 50%, we will continue the journey. The goal is this 80%, this remains. Yes, we are doing much better in integrating our banks as we did in the past. So the banks can talk to each other much easier. The whole integration of applications is much easier. And what we are really focused on is now also utilizing the cloud as a technological foundation for the future, utilizing things like AI, and also the focus on the cost and FinOps practices is one of the key topics. With that, I want to say thank you from my end and bring up now Alessandro. As promised, he's, I would say, one of these really true heroes of our cloud transformation, and he will walk us through what happened in Romania. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Wow, looks nice but scary as well. So I'm Alex, or Alexandru, as my mother calls me when I'm doing something stupid. I'm proud member of the Raiffeisen IT family, and I have two goals for today. One that I will share with you now, and one at the end. But please do remind me, in case I forgot, because of stage fright or whatever other reason, remind me to also mentioning the second goal. So, coming back, first goal is to give you, how it works. Okay, so it's to give you a bit of, not a talk about cloud per se, it's to give you a perspective of what cloud meant to us as a business. Yeah? And what is the outcome that we got after adopting cloud into our daily business? So, everything started a couple of years ago when we decided to adhere to the Raiffeisen Group strategy into using cloud into our daily doings. Since then, everything that we put as a bank in the hands of a person runs into a cloud environment. And as of today, over 50% of our applications are running into cloud. But why? What was our compelling reason? I need to. I know that from an optical perspective, 99.5 versus 99.95 looks pretty similar, but it's 10 times different. The difference between 99.5 and 99.95 is 10 times better. So we started by having 217 minutes of unavailability for our critical service. And we are now at 21. So one of our compelling reasons to adhere to a cloud-based model was to work, so that we have an available service that we present to our customers, colleagues. But is it strong enough? And everything we do in IT has to adhere to a business strategy. And our, what has happened? I now do stand up if my slides will not work. Anyhow, now it's a test if I know the business strategy. So, the why are, first, we want to be the most recommended financial institution in the market. Second, I'm not doing this. Okay, good. Second is to have easy day with our digital services. And thirdly, for the people that still want to have a personal interaction, we want to be the best shaped advisors to the people that have a human interaction with us. This is our North Star. And we do believe that cloud technologies are a vehicle to meet that strategy. But at the end of the day, it's not just about cloud. Cloud is a vehicle, it's like a car. If you are a bad driver, if you go in a very nice car, you will still be a bad driver. And you can consider cloud as a car, as a vehicle. So it's not enough. It is the foundation, but the immediate next action is to go to driving school. So this is what we did. Within the last years, we shaped our drivers to capitalize on these amazing vehicles. So what we did, instead of looking on how many tickets do I have to respond from a reactive perspective, is to see what I can do so that I can have less tickets. The second thing is we completely reshaped the way that we run our bank. So all the things that from a business perspective you are tired of, security, patches, upgrades, has completely changed. The way that we run the bank, now it's totally different. The thing that I love the most is what we committed to our business colleagues, is that we stopped finding problems from clients. So now we know about problems before the clients in most of the cases. And lastly, we need a real-time cockpit. We need a real-time view on everything that the bank is doing in relations with its clients. Now, when we put everything together, you have the vehicle, you have the drivers. What does it mean? It means that we are the first large bank with an IT of a neobank. So what? So what? And I will end with 3 reasons why this matters. Everyone here has growth plans. Could be number of clients, could be product ratio per client, could be profit, could be whatever you name it. We are having the IT set up to cope with that growth without needing investments. So that's the first outcome that I want you to take away. The second thing is time to market. But time to market can mean a lot of things. What does it mean? Do you remember the days when you had quarterly release cycles and you had like 4 releases per year? You had Catalin before here, my colleague. We do have daily releases now. We have days where we have few releases per day, which are direct capabilities that we provide into the marketplace. So this is the second thing that we managed to achieve. And last but not least, is to have an amazing experience. But I will go a bit with the foundation. What is the minimum expectation that a client has from our digital capabilities or your digital capabilities? Is to fucking work. If it doesn't work, then whatever you have as feature, they don't matter. So the first thing that we did is to provide an always-on service based on which our business colleague can design amazing experience. And luckily, I remember the second goal as I reached the end, because this was not my journey. This was the journey of hundreds of people that gave their time, their energy to deliver all this. And what I presented now is not what we will do, is what we have done. And I want to take this moment and publicly say thank you to the hundreds of colleagues that have contributed to this. Some of them are here. And I kindly ask them to raise their hand so that you can look at them. So Sylvia, Katalin, Florian, Adi, where are the others? David as well. But also to our amazing partners, because you need a partner. And the AWS team were our best partner in that endeavor. So also thank you, Andra, Octav, and the other colleagues. So thank you.
Thank you.